In the last video, I implemented my final freight fix, successfully solving the financial issues that have been plaguing the network. This episode I'm beginning to once again look at expanding the railways, starting with a branch line from Wisbech right up the hills to Middlewich, and look at this awesome train that will be running along it. This won't quite fill a whole episode however, so I might as well use my newfound funds to undertake some much needed network maintenance. Hey everyone, it's M4J here, and welcome back to From Steam to Electricity here on Transport Fever 2. I'm at Woodstock Station here on the main line, the East Coast main line, I guess. I have a conundrum. I want to try and build some freight connections today, as well as some passenger connections. These tunnels are proving to be a bit of a pain in this regard, because I wanted to, over here at Wisbech, bring the freight line from Hale around this way somewhere. Maybe bring it up parallel to the main line here, possibly. I'm not entirely sure on that one. But over at Wisbech, to save having to build a third pair of tunnels, I wanted to have the northbound line, that's the one, jump over these lines and then come down and round and connect up. Either that or do it on this side, like swing it around this way, and then it doesn't have to go down as much of a gradient. Something like that. Excuse me. That seems doable. That bit seems fine. The tricky bit is what happens on this side. So I did a little experiment just now where I got this and I dragged it correctly, first and foremost. There we go. Dragged it correctly to about here. Now you'll notice we're actually almost at the correct height to cross over this road. I don't actually know. No, but at this height here, that looks like enough for a bridge. If I was to rebuild this road, build it straight and flat for a second, and then curve it up and round, I think that would work. Question is, then what? Because once we're on this side here, we've got this street here, and then we've got this street here. Now we could do a level crossing here and move this street over slightly, but then comes the next question. Then what? What do we do? How do we also get this line here around? Again, we might need another level crossing, and then it might have to slope downwards. Excuse me, my voice seems to be a bit iffy again today. I don't know why. I actually have put off recording for a few days to let my voice recover a little bit from some other stuff that I was doing. Apparently not long enough, it seems, because, yeah, I still feel a bit meh. So you'll have to excuse me. Also, my chair has done that thing again where it sinks. So if I sound like I'm a long way away from the microphone, it's because I'm basically sat with my neck craned so that I can talk into it still. If I move it down slightly... I actually can't move it down slightly because I'm at the limit. Oh, great. Okay. You'll be able to hear me. It's all fine. Everything's good. So, yeah, if I was to do something like this, maybe, then this could come straight across. You can go back to that now. Then we could do something somewhat like this, although I think it needs to go up a little bit higher for that because we don't want this weird lip. That could work. But then, again... Then what? I think what would happen is the actual freight terminal will be on this side, down here. And then it'll be separate lines again through Abingdon, probably to connect with the dock, and then beyond. I'm trying to not encroach too much on the River of Gold still right now, because that is one of our main money earners. So I don't want to replace that with trains until I'm absolutely certain that it's going to make as much money, if not more. What I am going to do today, though, this passenger train to Wisbech, this one, we're going to extend it. I've already decided it's going to happen. Did I just see one of those trains? No, you're an express, aren't you? Yeah. The express is okay. It's starting to make money. Like, some trains are starting to be... That one. And just that one. Okay. I saw two just now before I started recording. I knew I was going to make an idiot of myself. But yeah. Some of it is starting to make money, which is good. But today what we're going to do is take this line here from Wisbeach and we're going to extend it up to Middlewich, which is going to be quite an easy job, I feel, hopefully. Now I've said that out loud. We're going to build a second station up here at Middlewich, and for now we're just going to make it passenger only. And I like this roof idea, so I think we're going to do this again. We're just going to make a simple 2-platform station, probably in this space here, looking at it. Maybe connected here, and then the road can run alongside it, because that looks like a good idea. So let's grab this. 2 platforms, 160 meters for now, I think is fine. I don't think we need to go overboard with it. And we can do something like that. Actually, looking at it, I do want 240 and a footbridge. Footbridges are fine. I will say none for now, though. Something like so. That looks good. What's this? Middlewich Sidings. Now we're going to change the name of that. Middlewich North or something like that we're going to call it. We are then going to bring this across. Too much slope. Well, the track is actually going to come this way and then around and east. I was just checking. Am I facing the right way? I am facing the right way. Okay, so first of all, build this flat. So I think we're going to bridge over this road anyway, so that's fine. Maybe. Maybe not now, actually. There might not be enough space. So let's do this. A little bit of space for signals, which we're going to put in now. We'll do them on a gantry, because I think it'll make it look nice. I'm supposed to be recording multiple episodes today of this, but the way my throat's feeling right now, I think we're only going to be doing like 1.5 maybe, if that. So we're going to build this like so, and then I think I'm going to be able to squeeze a second one in. Oh yeah, easy. 30 miles an hour is more than enough for this. I do like this is a crossover, by the way, but I prefer this. I think this looks tidier. It's a lot easier to replace from a maintenance standpoint as well. Now I'm going to assume that this is going to be an impossible bridge. Yes, it is. So what we're going to have to do is rip out the road and replace it. So that's a pause job. You'll also notice the money in the corner, by the way. We are making money. It's working. Everything that we've done over the last few episodes is working, which is incredibly exciting. Because I genuinely thought at one point, I've said this out loud previously, I genuinely thought I'd screwed up and was going to have to end this because we just weren't making any money. Now, we are still ending the series in the next, what was it, 30 episodes I said from when we came back after Christmas. So that was, what's this, episode 75 I think. So we've got 25 left after this episode. Should be doable. Should very much be doable. There we are. But yeah, I've still got lots of plans for what I want to do on this network between now and then. So I'm looking forward to getting all those underway. There we go. Much better. Look at that. I have no idea what this slope looks like now. Just quite steep. I think what I'm going to have to do here is rebuild most of that. So let's do that and that. There we are. Cool. Now we can swing it around this way. We'll do parallel tracks for a lot of this. There we are, and then around this way. And I think in the future, what we could do here at Middlewich is build a new station out here somewhere and actually connect these tracks together and have another route, cross-country route, down to Paignton. Although I'm not a huge fan of the way it does zigzag around a little bit. We are, at some point in the next block of episodes, extending from Paignton down to Stroud as well, as promised previously. But I think some of these towns here are probably going to be branch lines that do it. So we're going to go Paignton, Kirby Moorside, Woking, Tewkesbury, Northallerton, Tamworth, and then follow this river into Stroud. But we're going to build like a big harbour bay thing over here. So we're going to widen the river and all sorts. That's the plan. And then this peninsula here is going to be changed slightly, and then we're going to make Stroud a key town on the map. That is the plan for now. But right now, yeah, I just want to serve more of these communities. As for some of... Wow, that's steeper than I thought. As for some of these, like New Haven and Enfield and Wells next to the sea, we're going to have branch lines that come off, or we're just going to use buses, because we are getting into the stage now where road vehicles are getting faster. So it's plausible that we'll end up with a road vehicle that can do the job just as good. This is a problem. This is a big problem. Maybe at this point we'll start building from the bottom up and see if we can make this work. So the first thing I need to do here is, yeah, build this round like so. And we actually need to swing it right round here. I think we're going to have to go for like this. What speed is that? 57. Maybe if we get it to like 50. There we are. And then here, again 50. That's more than fast enough for this. And then now we can go straight over like so. Is it worth using one of these? It's quite impressive. I don't really want to use this because, yeah, there's no support. Or that one. So I think we are going to go for something like this just to get some bridge supports in, which would be nice. And then, yeah, look, we're actually climbing considerably along here. Quite a steep slope still. Right, around here is where we're going to meet the other track coming in. So if I was to build this one now, I reckon, yeah, something like this. And in fact, that 60 mile an hour there was pretty good in my humblest of opinions. There we are. And I think this can get away with being a level crossing, in all honesty. So if I was to build up like that, perfect. Across like so, and then around and down like that. And then of course change this to the right type. Just check I haven't made any bumps or anything. No, we seem to be okay. So yeah, I now need to climb all the way up to over here. So I think the first thing we need to do is take all of this back, because clearly this isn't going to work. As for freight here as well, I don't think we need to get much freight from here up to... I mean, there is a market for it, of course, because we need to deliver machines and... Oh, food. That was something I wanted to look at. I think I made a mistake in one of the last episodes, and I was watching it back as I was uploading, and I was like, huh, that's not right. I think it was this line here. So, up at Blackburn... Nope, not that one. This one. Up at Blackburn, here, we do load food, but at Paignton... Was it Gateshead? That one. Because at Paignton here, we're also going to load food. And at Gateshead, we're going to unload that food. Because Gateshead here accepts food. And Blackburn also accepts food. So we're going to do that. That was something I noticed. Now in future, what I think I'm going to do is have a dedicated food train that goes from Towcester to Blackburn to Gateshead to Paignton. Picks up food here and then does the same journey in reverse. But I'm trying to remember, do we actually have food made over here? I don't think we actually do. But we do need food up at Middlewich. Yeah, okay. That was a random tangent, but that was something I had noticed. Literally, I upload all my videos, or try to, for a month in the same day. And as I was doing that one, I was sort of watching it, and I was like, that's not right. I haven't done that correctly. Yeah. Hopefully that's now fixed. It was something like that that was bugging me about it. Alright, let's see if we can get another little bridge over the road here. If we do something like this. I think I've built that in completely the wrong place. But that has made a bridge. So I guess that's fine. Something like this. And then here is going to be the bridge. Which can just be the simple metal one. Turn that off. Do that. Now that that's in, we can come back and do this properly. He says. There we go. So what does it connect to? Maybe I have done this incredibly badly. I mean, if I did that, and then this can come around like that, that's fine. This side, we can do... See, that's too much. So you have to be like this, and then like that. Okay, that's good. Parallel tracks. So yeah, I guess here we'll just start heading uphill. It's a heck of a climb. Hopefully, our little train... No, it cannot. I was about to say hopefully our little train can do it, but no, it's struggling. Although here we're kind of coming back to where we need to be, so that's fine. I just want to check, can you actually connect to this? I think actually, yeah, you can. Oh, sweet. Okay. Well, that was actually a lot easier than I thought. Good. Good, good, good. So now we can start placing in the signals and then actually extending this line, which would be awesome. So it's actually a direct path now between Cockerhead and Middlewich. They don't have to change trains. Auto sig, and then we'll place you there, like so. Yep, all the way down you go. And then from this one, there, and then that should place them all up the hill here, which it does. Good, good. And now, the tricky bit. So we'll turn that one off. So there's definitely going to be one here, coming off the bridge. And I think there's going to be one around here-ish. And then one at the end of the platform, which we've already got. Okay. In that case, then, I'm going to move this one more to there. So I think that's approximately halfway-ish, maybe, sort of. So at Wisbeach here, we're now going to have Middlewich sidings, and then Wisbeach again. Good stuff. And then at this Wisbeach, we're going to go, into track 6. And we're going to remove these two. Middlewich 2 and 1 is fine, and then Wisbeach again. Yep, all good. I think we need a new train on this line as well. Before I do that though, I want to sort out the timetable. Can unpause the game now too. Train, and then Pax Cockerhead to Wisbeach. First of all, that's no longer accurate. This is no timetable. This is unbunch 10. So you are now Cockerhead to Middlewich. There we are. And then as for the vehicles, we need a new train. 12 minutes. That's kind of close enough, I think. I also want to replace these trains. Maybe that's not something we do today. But, yeah, it's bugging me. Was this connected to something important? I don't know. The trains are bugging me with the little mail vans there. Helps if I finish my sentences, doesn't it? So you are Middlewich North. Here we are. And you are Middlewich South. I will off camera between episodes as well go and fix the freight lines here too. Basically the same as what we've done everywhere else. Take out the head shunts. These stations though, what I'm planning on doing is taking the freight building here and putting it one side or the other, so it'll go here in this case, and then this will be the main road in and out, so that vehicles will have to kind of maneuver themselves around. This straight road looks stupid anyway, and then here these tracks will just come off the main line through the through the freight platforms, and then curve back in and connect up again. That's what we're going to do with these. Loddon, I think, is an easier one to do because we can just take this out and swing it round and in, and the freight building can actually go on this outer side, and hopefully, although it might not connect. Oh no, it will via the passenger building. Of course it will. Yeah. And it'll basically work like it does here, where it branches off, goes in, straight through, out the other side. Boom. Easy. I've said it out loud now, so I am going to replace these trains, because they do bug me a lot. Manage vehicles, select all of them. And actually, I should have done this a long time ago, but we actually have some trains that need renaming as well, because of members and Patreon supporters. We have panniers. Since when did we have panniers? Oh, I mean, I want a small prairie for this, because I like small prairies. And then we're going to go passenger, and for this, oh, we have Pullmans as well. Lovely. Capacity is atrocious, and they'd never make money, but lovely. I think we're going to go with this type here, and we're going to make it so, I think these chocolate and cream ones, we're going to grab a couple of those per train, plus a brake, I guess, like that. We're not going to put the luggage van in. That's the mistake we made before. So each train has a capacity of 96, which I think we're going to need, in all honesty. So let's do that. That's now a frequency bang on 10. If I swing over here, I think they look quite smart, actually. Yeah, fan of that. Awesome. So that's that bit done. As for the freight here, it's going to be kind of the same. So the freight, one of the freight lines is going to swing around underneath this and join up on this side, and then this one will branch off and underneath this. You can see there's more than enough room for all of that stuff to happen. There will be freight that comes up this way as well, mainly to serve some of these things. In fact, we've got 2 coffee farms here actually that could be connected up. But yeah, I thought that was going to take a lot longer than it actually has, so I don't really have anything else for the rest of this episode. Apart from, I suppose, we could start doing some of the things I said with connecting up, like Burton here. We could connect up to Loddon by bus. Godalming to Hale. Middleton. Ah, yeah, Middleton. This is something else I wanted to look at, because I don't want this flat crossing here anymore, but we need it because the Middleton train has to use it to get into the freight terminal. So what I wanted to do was build a single track line from here that swings down, and if I can connect it up either side of these signals, that would be great. So what I mean by that is, if I do this, bring this across like so, and then here 30 miles an hour is fine. And then can I bring that down and round to over here? Yes, I can. Okay. We'll remove the road first. Yeah, tick, tick. I have a plan for that, I think. I hope. We'll sort that in a second. Over here, I'm then going to remove that one and remove that one. And it was somewhere within this vicinity. 35, there we go. And then from here, bring this out to 30. There we go. And then this should be able to connect to that. Yep. Nice. Nope, I did not want a parallel track. Bad game. I mean, it would be nice to have, I suppose, but it's not crucial. There we go. And now, if I put these signals back in, so this one, we don't want auto sig, we just want the signals as they are. There and there, like so. On this line, this is the one I'm keen to ensure we don't stop the main trains running. So I'm going to put a gantry signal there, and also one here, and I'm going to put a gantry across there in just a moment. Similar over here, actually. So what I might do is gantry signal, turn off that. I think that's in the wrong place, but we'll see. Let's see what this looks like. Gantry. Early era. 3 tracks. Oh wow, that's very much in the wrong place. One way no, auto sig off. There we are. Yep. That's a major improvement. And then over here, we also want a 3-track gantry, and boom, everything lines up perfectly. And then, of course, we need this one last signal, which is going to sit there, which means this one actually needs to be a distant or a combined. Yeah, combined. This one over here needs to be a combined as well. And then this one needs to be combined. And this one, not that one, this one needs to be combined. And the autosave. Gosh darn it. I thought I'd avoided the autosave, but apparently not. Come on, game. Chugging away in the background there. We are in a second going to replace the Middleton trains as well, because I want to get some panniers out on this line. I think what better way to do it than here. There we are. So I think, because you're just carrying... I know you carry construction materials as well, don't you? Yeah, you do. So we could actually... No, I think we're going to have to leave you as you are. Just replace the locos. Okay. Oh, the road. Got to put the road back in. Of course we have. How are we going to do that now then? I think what we're going to do is take this out. Like so. And then we're going to bring you like this. So that you go parallel underneath. And then over here, you're going to do this. And then somewhere... it's tricky because this is coming down, but I wanted to build a bridge over this. I think it's going to have to go here. Like this. And by the looks of it, I can actually build it one lower. There we go. If we hump back the bridge. I'm going to start saying hump back the bridge, not just hump the bridge, because that does sound wrong. Can I do that? Yes. Okie dokie. And then from here, I think I can do this. maybe extend... Yeah, look, extend the road in that direction. And then on this side, I think we're just going to come down and round like this. Now, okay, that's fixed it. I was about to say we do have ugly transitions on and off the bridge, but actually that looks good, were it not for the fact you can't see the signals. So we might have to move the signals to the other side of the bridge, which means losing that gantry that we've just placed. But, small price to pay in the name of progress. Hello, game. Can I not build a road here now? There we go. I was about to say. What the chuff. Okay. So if we now build this like so, and then this one around like so. We might have to remove some of this road again when we put that back in, the sorting centre. But for now, this is all connected and working. Yeah, I am going to move these signals already, just for my benefit. So we're going to pop you there. You are not a one-way signal. You're going to go there. And then we can remove these two. Like so. Okie dokie. Just scratch my eye. There we go. And now we can get on with the last bit of this, which is to be grabbing a train. Just grabbing the line, because that's what I wanted to do anyway. And then coming over here. So you're just coming off the line now, which is good timing, I would say. Although you've left a smoke cloud, which I can't see through. I just need to get rid of that one. There. Oh, that sliver is going to be tricky to get. Come on, Mark. You've trained for this. Do you know what? Actually, I can just do that and then grab the track and just pop it back in. There's absolutely no reason why I can't do that. Yeah, easy. Got to be a bit more careful over here, though. Let's not use a sledgehammer to crack a walnut. There we go. And there we go. And now, finally, the freight transition that I talked about God knows how many episodes ago is actually complete. And you can see now how the Towcester to Middleton line will operate. It'll come up and over here, and then approximately here it will branch off, swing round, connect up again, and carry on. Excellent, excellent, excellent. And because of that, we can now increase... well, actually not increase. We can change the trains that are running. Got to remember that one's called Reese, just in case we do lose the name. Yeah, Pania. Let's go. Good stuff. I was just checking that we chose the right one there. I go very quiet sometimes when I'm concentrating, I've realised. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Capacity of 70. Does that add up? I have no way of knowing without getting out the calculator, and I can't be bothered. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's just do that. 98 capacity, mediocre on the speed. That's fine. Go. Frequency is still 11 minutes. I'd say that's a-okay. Look at that. I love a good pannier. Panniers are awesome, man. Sweet. So you are bringing in food, just very slowly. I think one of the problems is Towcester here. The capacity just is meh. So we might have to... Yeah, we've only got... I think it's 10, not 10 times, 5 times the capacity maybe. Whereas it needs to be a lot higher. A lot higher. Particularly with all the logs and everything. Either that or we just need more trains to run it all, which is a possibility. This truck line here is pretty mesmeric as well. I hadn't realised we had so many trucks operating through here. But we certainly do. The other thing that I wanted to look at, actually, since we're doing little odd jobs and fixing things and stuff, this is hopefully a quick job as well. So we have this pair of freight lines here that swings around like so, and it connects up with the main line again here, which is fine. Cross-country line, that is. It then runs through Towcester Y, which is also fine, although one temptation I've got is to leave this as a double track here and have it skirt around the edge of the station here, and then over this side join up. So I think that's one thing I'm going to look at here first, is doing that. So that means straightening this road. I thought I broke the game then. That would have been awful. That would have been very bad indeed. So we're going to do this. These roads don't actually connect. So we are going to remove those. So it makes it look like there's a level crossing there, and there isn't. Okie dokie. We're then going to upgrade this road here as well. Right the way up to there. Good stuff. And then all of this here needs to be taken out. We are going to replace it on the other side, I think. We might not, actually. We shall see. But yeah, this road crossing here is about to get either busier or less busy. I don't actually know in the grand scheme of things. Technically, the amount of rail traffic coming through will be the same. So I guess it's not going to get that much busier. Alright, there we go. I don't know why the game's chugging along now. So you're going to go there. Wow, yeah, everything is taking a little while to think about, isn't it? Parallel tracks, yes. We're going to bring this around like so, but here, you can't snap to that, which is a little frustrating. But essentially, we're going to do this. And then here, it's going to branch off. I have no idea, actually, what that's supposed to... Yeah, follow the terrain. That's the thing. Okay, this side. Can I get this to come out like this, or do I have to build it further up? I think I have to build it further up, so I'm going to build it over here. Yeah, see, this is going to be interesting. I think what I'm going to do is build this out as far as I can like this. Like so. Then I'm going to remove this piece here. And then see if I can connect you directly over here. Nope, because of this bit. But were I to do this, I think this needs to be flat. Like so. Now will this work? I'm hoping, yes. Yeah. And I don't think... Oh, there's a tiny slowdown there to 60, but that's fine. Okay. Now you might be wondering why I'm doing this. It's basically, we might have trains sat at the Y here for quite a long time. And it just stops that being an issue. Of freight trains having to wait for passenger trains. I'm not quite sure why you're using that crossover. Is it just because I deleted the track? Yeah, I think it's just because I bulldozed the track you were sat on. Okay, so that's now connected up. Now, in theory, we could have actually extended this as a bypass and bridged over all of this and then had the Middleton train use that, but never mind. The next part of this project is over here. I want a little pair of tracks from here that scooch across to over here. And there's a reason behind this as well. So let's remove that. Any second now. There we go. And that. I'm going to try and do this quickly because this is actually a good episode length now. I've done a good job. So yeah, you're going to go like this. So again, there's a little bit of a slowdown here, but it's not terrible. And hopefully, yep, I've put that in a position where I can do this and this. Good. signals here I think are fine. We can leave them, although I might put one just guarding the crossing here. That's the wrong thing, Mark. Like so. We'll sort this one out in a second. Over here, we need one here. And one... Man, why is everything going so slow? Is it because it's... I think it's because it's redoing all the paths every time. And there are quite a lot of paths around here, as you may have noticed. Over here, we need that one like so. Sure. We'll pop these two level with this one, even though I think these are actually not in the right place, but it works, so it'll do. And then these ones need to be gantry signals now. So one there, and game, one there. Four track. Huh, interesting. I thought these were parallel, but I guess not. Either that or I just placed that in the wrong spot. That's very plausible as well. Nope. So I have to use the offset one. I'm very glad the offset one exists, actually, for moments like this. There we are. And then that one is already done. Okay, so that's now all connected. So in theory, you can still use this track. You can still bypass the freight if you need to. But if you do need to access it, you can via this. I just want to check. Whoops. No, come on. Which line do you actually use? Yeah, you go this way still, which I think is actually fine. What this is primarily for is for trains that, like this one. So this terminates at Towcester, but with this new setup, I can actually have you come back down this way and connect back up over here instead, which I think I'm actually going to do. So after Towcester, I'm going to have you come out and via that signal there, hopefully. There we are. So now you loop around and then you use the new connecting line, which is excellent. You actually do this, which is also fine. Yeah, I'm fine with that. This one, Rugeley to Halt Whistle. Oh, you start at Rugeley, that's why. It's very confused then. Towcester to Halt Whistle. So again, you can use, in fact, you can loop the other way if you wanted to. So after Rugeley, you could go this way. Any second now. There we are. So yeah, there's a conflicting movement there, but you can do the opposite now and still connect everything up quite nicely. I'm fine with that too. So your Towcester to Halt Whistle, the van one, which I think was that one. Alrighty. And then the final thing that we need to do for this little side project, very much a side project, is connect these roads back up. So if I was to do that, yes, you fit. And then this one, if I bring this back slightly, I think you can connect to there. We'll use this type of road for now. That's just the little truck that goes up to there. Do we have traffic lights yet? Not yet. Okay. I think maybe off camera I'll go and put the fence back in, maybe. I can't remember what this is called. Was it one of these ones? Oh, you're just a single piece. Okay, that's not good. Oh, I think you're under roads. Thinking about it. Yeah, you're one of these ones. think you're that one, maybe? Yeah, you're that one. Okie dokie. And I know you have to be built in a specific way. Which I guess is this way. Alrighty, so I can now... So we know it's not going to fit in there. We could maybe do a little bit here. From this cat... No, no, wrong one. Yeah, no, that's too much effort. Over here, though, we can build you right the way across like this. And then from here around... like this. And then around again. Right up to this road here. And we could even do a little bit like that. And then a little bit, well, hey, not from there. A little bit. Like that. And I guess, just for completion's sake, wrong way again. It's the wrong way round, so I'm going to have to try and make it... It's the wrong node. No, stop it. It's the wrong... No, stop it. It's the wrong node. Let's do it from there. That's fine. And then we can connect it up to there. So this is a bit of a busy junction now, admittedly. But I like it. I like it a lot. Alrighty, folks. I think that will do us. I am going to do a little bit of smoothing here. I tried to smooth the tunnels up between Wisbeach and Woodstock when I first came into the game today. And the water glitch thing came back. If you don't know what that is if you lower the land too much, it creates water. And it flooded all of the track, and it looked really stupid. So we're not going to do that. We're going to just leave it as is for now. We might use assets and stuff to do the landscaping rather than terrain tools. Because, yeah, it did look really ridiculous, in all honesty. They ended up with, like, little basins of water between the tracks. It was so stupid. But, yeah, this looks a lot nicer now. We might even come put some trees in over here at some point. I say this is a busy station. One other thing I want to start doing on the network now. So we've got Cockerhead down to Towcester. What I want to do in the future is extend that train from Towcester down to Paignton. Actually, have I already done that? No, you're Towcester to Paignton, aren't you? Yes. But that will come down here to Paignton, and then we'll have a separate train that goes from Scarborough down this way via Towcester Y across to Haltwhistle. We've then got the Cockerhead, wherever you've gone, to Haltwhistle train. Do we? No, we don't. Haltwhistle to Southport train. That's one. Which may also get extended somewhere else. We don't know yet. There's options. We could actually do Towcester through all of this to Haltwhistle and then up to Southport. So we kind of have a little bit of overlap. And that just, I think, will encourage more passenger movement as well. Because it won't just be one train every 5 minutes or 10 minutes, whatever. It might be two trains so not one train every 10 minutes. It could be two trains every 5 minutes. Which I think will open up many more possibilities for us. But we'll see. For now, though, I am going to unpause the game and I'm going to wrap up this video. So it's kind of a weird one. Today, we got quite a lot of little jobs done, I would say, but nothing major. It's kind of a weird thing to say. But yeah, extending this line here up the hill to Middlewich, I think was actually a very good idea. And you can see we've got passengers already waiting now to head back down the hill. And if I was to check this, Abingdon's now on there. Gateshead is the other way, so that's fine. Haltwhistle, Hale, Knutsford, Nailsworth, there you go, Stafford, Wisbeach. These are all in the north direction. You don't have to take the branch to get to them, which I think is awesome. What are we doing next time then? Well, now that this line over here to Abingdon is basically established and set up, eventually we are going to extend it further south, probably back over the river to Wallsend, and we're going to have a branch that comes off up to Alnwick here. But then we also want to get to Staining, and we've talked about this so many times, so I'm not going to talk about it again. I think actually though at Wallsend we'll connect up at Tamworth to the other line and run it down to Stroud and have a big harbour terminus station for all the lines, but have the east side be a through station so that it can continue over the water here, maybe, or we'll just put people on boats for the time being. So I think, yeah, the next part of the plan is to extend from Paignton, factoring in this freight line, because as good as this bridge is here, I think what we might actually do from here is just have the freight tracks run separate and connect up the industries around Kirby Moorside and Woking and such like. So I think the passenger station is going to be on the west side here, but the freight could be on the east. There's quite a lot of industries around here, but the priority for me right now is passengers. Get the passengers connected up, Woking, Tewkesbury, and then round here to Northallerton and Tamworth. And if we can get to Stroud, that would be great, but no pressure. So until then, thank you very much everybody for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button if you enjoyed the video, and of course if you're enjoying the series so far, drop some comments down below with ideas for future episodes. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, be sure to hit the subscribe button. If you have already subscribed to the channel, thank you for your continued support. Feel free to hype the video as well. That's something else new I'm going to have to mention. No idea how hyping works, but if you're able to do it, please do. Helps out the channel a lot. And by all means, check out the YouTube membership and Patreon information in the description as well. Any support in that sense for the channel will be greatly appreciated too. Besides that, enjoy the rest of your evening. I think I'm going to go off and fiddle around with some freight tracks here and see what I can come up with. I don't want to do it on camera because it might be a bit messy, but I reckon I can come up with something here that will be awesome. So leave it with me, and until next time, I will see you soon.